Good morning, you guys. We're gonna try something a little different for YouTube. I always post fitness hauls, like fitness activewear hauls, but I never actually post fitness content on here, like workouts and stuff. So I want to try something a little bit different. I'm going to show you guys my 4-week split as a powerlifter, and hopefully this gives you guys an idea of how I train, what you can do in your training. I'm a little nervous. I don't know why, because this is something a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I'm hoping that this video helps you and your journey and hopefully inspires you to get into powerlifting, because your girl loves powerlifting. I'm very passionate about powerlifting. I hope you guys enjoy this type of content. Maybe someday I can do other things, like branch out into actual like fitness stuff instead of just fitness activewear, you know? Yeah, we'll see. Okay, baby steps. We are taking baby steps. So I'm gonna show you guys what I typically eat before my workout, my pre-workout meal. For my pre-workout meal, I like to have oats. I've been eating oats for the past, I don't know, fucking 6 years. It hasn't really changed. Making quick oats. That's in there. I also have Greek yogurt, non-fat Greek yogurt. This is the Greek yogurt that I like to have. This is the Oikos 000. It has 0 fat, 8 grams of carbs, and 17 grams of protein for every 170 grams. Don't skip your protein. Eat your fucking protein, bitch. If you want a fat ass, protein. Eat your protein. This is what helps your muscles grow. Helps with recovery, helps with muscle growth. I like my oats a little runny. I don't know why. It's just easier to get down. If I'm training really early in the morning, sometimes it's a little bit harder for me to get food down. Just depends on how late I sleep, because typically I only wake up because I'm hungry. I literally wake up in the mornings because I'm hungry. I almost forgot. I want to show you guys my gym fit before I go. Dude, I love this collection so much that I literally bought it with my own money. I bought this with my own money. I had to get more. I was not satisfied. I had to get more because I love seamless crops. I mean, seamless tops like this. As a powerlifter, it just brings me back to my volleyball days, and I spent my own money to get more. They already sent me stuff, but I wanted more, so I bought more. Okay, my first training day is my squat day. We all know how I feel about squats, but I am slowly having a better relationship with it because I'm starting to figure it out and what works for me. You usually hate what you suck at, and I'm not that great at squats. Now for squats, a huge thing that will make the weight feel a lot lighter is properly bracing. So when you're underneath the bar, you want to expand your belly, take a nice deep breath in, and squeeze everything in your upper body. Squeeze it so fucking tight you're like a tree trunk, okay? You want to be so dense, tight, and packed. Think about sitting back and breaking at the hips first, then the knees, and then shoot right up. Now rep range, set range, totally depends on where I'm at with my block and my program. If I'm in a hypertrophy phase, it'll range from like 6 to 8. If I'm in a strength phase, it'll range from like 3 to 5 reps. So it just depends where I'm at in the block. Next movement after squats is RDLs. My coach has me doing RDLs from the ground, and honestly, I really like it like that. You know, a lot of people do it starting at the top of the movement, then go down slowly and then explode up, but he has me starting straight from the ground, which I really like. You want to focus on shooting those hips back. It's a hinge movement, so you're not just bending over, you're pushing your hips back and then pretty much like thrusting forward. I really like how it feels from starting from the ground. I don't know, the mind-muscle connection there is amazing. And then after RDLs, we go into Bulgarians. I love doing Bulgarians on a Smith because it's a little bit more stable and I can focus on my glutes a lot more. So same thing with Bulgarians or any type of movement, you want to really focus on controlling the movement and engaging. And I usually start with a lighter load for Bulgarians because it's harder for me to engage my glutes. So I always start really light and then straight into abductors. This is the good girl, bad girl machine. I like to use the pads to increase my range of motion for this machine, and then I do a slight lean forward. And you want to think about pushing your legs against the pads out with your glutes, like pulling with your glutes, if you get what I'm saying. But again, nice and slow, controlled. Always focus on squeezing at the top of the movement. The coach has me doing kneeling hamstring curls. I'm letting you know now, this machine is so freaking heavy, it's not even funny. Like, I absolutely hate it. It took me a while to actually build some strength with it. I need hamstrings, you guys. I lack in that department. My hamstrings aren't that strong, so I'm just pushing through it. And then I want you guys to keep in mind, like, for my accessories, it's ranging from like 12 to 15 reps or 10 to 12 reps. It just depends on where I'm at in my block again. Second day is my bench day, my primary bench day. So it's my comp stance. For bench, you want to think about keeping your shoulders flat on the bench and your butt as close as possible to your shoulders, keeping that chest up. Don't be scared of arching with your bench. You're supposed to arch just even a little bit to put your shoulders in a better position. After bench, I have IYTs. So you're gonna get a bench, put it on a slight incline, and you're gonna do an I. So you're gonna go straight up, and then you're gonna do a Y. You're gonna make a Y shape, and then you're gonna do a T shape, which is gonna hit your rear delt. So the front, the I, is gonna hit your front delt, and then the Y is gonna hit your lateral, and then the T is gonna focus on your rear delts. Don't go too heavy with it because I really wanna focus on that mind muscle connection. And again, you guys, you don't always have to go heavy. You can always start off light so you can understand the movement and build that mind muscle connection, okay? This movement is incline press. This is a machine, so it's pretty much self-explanatory. It's slightly inclined. It's gonna target your upper chest. And same thing, my rep ranges are depending on where I'm at in my block, 10 to 12 or 12 to 15 for my accessories. And then after incline, we go straight into straight arm lat pull down. You wanna think about driving your arms down. You're not pulling the bar, right? You're driving your elbows down and squeezing your lats and squeezing your back. And then after that, I go straight into tricep push downs. I like to keep my elbows nice and close to my body and push down the bar. You see me adjusting my feet a little bit, and that's totally okay. You just gotta find your positioning when it comes to movements. And yeah, just always squeeze, control on the eccentric. And I also have lateral raises for my bench days. For lateral raises, I like to go a little bit lighter so I can really focus on that mind muscle connection, because it doesn't really matter if you go heavy and then your traps take over. So focus on shooting up with your elbows, leading with your elbows for lateral raises, and really focus on that mind muscle connection with your shoulders before even moving up in weight for that movement. Third training day is deadlift day. I love deadlift so much. It's my favorite movement. You can either do sumo, you can do conventional, it's totally up to you. I do have a full deadlift video on Instagram. I'm planning to do one on here as well, and hopefully be a little bit more detailed for you guys so you guys can get a better idea on how to properly deadlift. But after deadlifts, I have leg press. I have a pretty narrow stance, or like a neutral stance, because I can't really go wide. I have a really bad right hip. So for this movement, I also do a neutral stance as well and keep my feet high to target my glutes. After that, we go straight into leg extensions. This is very self-explanatory as well. Leg extensions really focus on your quads, and you're just squeezing your quads at the top, controlling it on the way down. Don't forget to always challenge yourself, okay? If you make ugly faces, who gives a fuck? It just shows that you're really working hard and you're really pushing yourself. And if you want big legs, girl, you gotta push yourself. You gotta lift heavy. You gotta push yourself if you want to get stronger. Same concept, lift heavy and push yourself. Really challenge yourself if you want to make progress. And then we also have lying hamstring curls. A big mistake that I see with hamstring curls is that people shoot their butt up as they're curling. You want to keep your butt down. So like, think about pressing your hips into the pad itself and focus on your hamstrings. Do not raise your butt when you're curling. Press your hips down into the pad. Last movement, we have hyperextensions, and it's going to be glute focused. So you're gonna have a slight rounded back for this movement, and you wanna focus on driving your hips through that pad and squeezing your glutes at the top of the movement. Again, nice and slow and controlled. Last day of my week is a secondary bench day. For this bench day, the main difference that we have is a close grip for this day, and he typically has me doing like 4 sets of 6. A close grip is gonna be more tricep focused. After that, we have lat pull downs. All the lat pull downs were taken this day, so I decided to just do the lat pull down machine. I really like this. I feel like I get really good engagement with this one. So you want to think about retracting down. You guys are going to see here in a second. You're going to focus on retracting down your scaps and then pulling and driving your elbows down. So like that's the first initiation of the movement, and eventually you'll get used to doing that in a more fluid motion. Shoulder press. For shoulder press, I like to have a slight incline. It just has a better position for my shoulders, and you want to think about going all the way down. Okay, all the way down and then shooting up. My coach has me doing this row, and I absolutely hate it because it hurts the girl span. Like it's painful on the girls. The padding just hurts. But anything chest supported is amazing for back day because it takes out momentum and movement. It really puts you in a place to really focus on your back. So he has me doing these, driving your elbows back and squeezing your back. And then we also have dips. I love dips so much. It just clicks with me. It's one of those movements that clicks with me. And for this dip, he has me doing a slight forward lean, which is going to target my chest as well in this movement. And after that, we have rear delt flies. Now this movement took me forever to figure out. It still takes me a while to really engage my rear delts. So again, if you are still trying to figure out a movement, I highly recommend always starting off light and learning the movement first before upping the weight. I'll always suggest that. You don't want to up the weight and then you're not even targeting the muscle that you're meant to target. So always start off light, and once you figure out the movement, then you can gradually increase the weight. All right, you guys, I'm officially home from training, my last day of the week. And I'm gonna show you guys what I eat for my post-workout meal, my post-workout routine. So let's make my post-workout meal. It is my favorite meal of the day. I love BLTs. I had my first BLT when me and Babe went to Sedona, and I literally told him, I was like, I've never had a BLT before. And he was like, what the fuck? So he got me a BLT, and ever since then, like, I've been addicted. I cannot stop eating BLTs, and I made it fit my macros, so we're having a BLT, bitch. Turkey bacon, mayo, I use light mayo. Tomatoes, I use the beef steak tomato, whatever it's called. The one that's meant for sandwiches. And I use butter and lettuce. 4 slices to make sure I hit my protein intake. By the way, my nutrition coach is Ascension Fitness. You can find them on Instagram. I love them. I've been with them for over a year now, I think, and it's been amazing. I'm currently in a reverse diet with them. I just love having a coach because 1, it keeps me accountable. 2, it just takes the guessing out of the way. Like, I hate thinking. Like, I just want it done and then I just follow a plan. It's just easier that way. I operate better that way, and I have a structure. And it's just a lot easier having a coach doing everything for you, doing the thinking for you. But again, in the long run, I do want to do it by myself in the future. But as of right now, like, being a powerlifter and I want to be competitive, I have a nutrition coach and a powerlifting coach. My powerlifting coach is also really amazing. I love his programming so far. Everything has been so good. He really works with me and works with what works best with my body. Does that make sense? They are amazing. I have nothing but good things to say about them. I've had so many coaches in my life, and by far, I love my coaches so much that I don't ever see myself switching. Like, I love them. I'll be sad when the time comes and I leave my nutrition coach and do things on my own, because I just love having that guidance. I love having that guidance. I love having that accountability, that support. It's just, it makes your fitness journey a lot easier, you know? While my turkey bacon's cooking, I'm just gonna prep my veggies. I also like to have fruit. I absolutely love fruits. Make sure you guys are always eating your fruit, always eating your veggies. Do not take that out. You want all the nutrients that you can get in your diet. So I love strawberries. I kind of switch between strawberries, pineapples. At the moment, I do have a watermelon waiting to be cut up, so I think I might switch to watermelon. I kind of just play around with my fruit for this meal. It just depends on how I feel, but I stick to the same macros. So I am almost out, but that's what we're gonna have for my fruit, and then we're gonna cut some of this up. And a little trick I like to do is cutting up my strawberries into small pieces, so it kind of looks like I'm eating a lot more than what I am. It just plays with my mind a little bit. So that's a little hack I like to do, is cutting my food up a little bit smaller so it looks like I have more. But I do get good volume with strawberries, which I really like. I'll give these last two to the kids because they have such strong noses. Like the second I start cutting fruit, they are running, like running into the kitchen. Like, oh my God, I can smell that. Especially pineapples. Bruce is like I don't know what he got going on up in that nose, but he's a crackhead for pineapples. Like the second I cut the skin off in a pineapple, smells it instantly. It is impressive. I do have to say that. Bruce, sit, sit, Nova, sit. Good catch. Here you go, mamas. See? Another one. Otra vez. Yeah. Nova, can you catch? Oh, good girl, Bruce. Oh, good boy. See? Yeah. So for bread, I am using Trader Joe's white bread just because I can get 2 slices that fit my macros. I've seen so many other brands where 2 slices is completely over my macros. So Trader Joe's just fits my macros. I'm just gonna assemble my sandwich. I love fruit, but most importantly, I love this shit. Everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's completely different from what I post, so I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone. But hopefully it gives you an idea of how I train and all that. And yeah, if you guys like this type of content, let a girl know, because I'm trying to branch out into other things. It's making me a little uncomfortable, but I hope it helps you guys. Like, I hope it helps you guys. I hope it inspires you guys, gives you ideas. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!